Yeah, another Hitman movie, yes. That's what we all wanted, another Hitman movie. Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and here's my review for the movie Hitman Agent 47, yes. Psh. Yes, the new movie, Hitman Agent 47. Yes, there was an original film of this in 2007, I think, and it was called, and it starred Timothy Olyphant as Hitman Agent 47. The film did horrible, like god-awful, and it did horribly critically wise, and it didn't make a lot of money in the box office, and it was a complete piece of crap, and it was just not at all like the video game. I played the Hitman video games, and yeah, that movie just sucked. So when I heard they were rebooting the film, I thought that was a sweet idea. Then from the trailers, it didn't look so sweet, but I'm like, who knows, this might actually be a good video game movie. It wasn't. It wasn't. This movie is terrible. This movie actually is worse than the 2007 Timothy Olyphant version. This movie is actually worse. Thankfully, this is not the worst movie of the year, because I've seen so many bad movies in the past few weeks. It's a breath of fresh air just to see a bad movie, not a fucking god-awful movie. But, yeah, this movie is really bad. It's not good at all. Hitman, Agent 47, shocker. Oh, it's a bad movie. Mind-blowing. Oh my god, this movie's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Aleksander Bech is the guy who directed this movie. He made his directorial debut, and unfortunately, he might not direct another film ever again after this movie, but he did a terrible job. The execution in this movie was just terrible. The shaky cam was annoying. The choppy editing was just annoying to watch, and other than a couple good action scenes and the one good performance the lead character gives, yeah, it's just off. This movie is just completely off. And, yeah, this director didn't know how to direct his actors properly, because Zachary Quinto is a good actor, but, God, he was just silly in this movie as the villain. Like, he was just awful in this movie. All of the actors were just awful in this movie. I could tell that some of these actors were actually trying, but again, this director, I don't know if he knows how to direct his actors properly, because just the acting was just bad, the direction was bad, the structure was all off, and the story wasn't even told properly, and the direction was just terrible. The writing was even worse. The writer of this film was actually Skip Woods. Yeah, if you know who Skip Woods is, you know the writing for this movie is god-awful. Like, Skip Woods wrote other films like Sabotage, yeah, A Good Day to Die Hard, yeah, The A-Team, yeah, and of course he wrote the other Hitman movie, the one with Timothy Olyphant. So yeah, this writer is terrible. He doesn't know how to write dialogue properly, he doesn't know how to write characters properly, and he doesn't know how to write a story properly. Yeah, Skip Woods is one of the worst writers when it comes to action movies, and the writing was just terrible. It was so bad. The story was told horribly, horribly. Plus, the dialogue was so cheesy. Like I felt like I was watching an '80s cheesy action film. And honestly, I'd rather watch an 80s cheesy action film, because at least that movie's fun to watch. This movie wasn't fun. It was cheesy, but with no fun. Like, I love a good cheesy fun movie, but this is cheesy but no fun. Like, what's the fun in that then? I'm supposed to watch an action movie to have fun. This was just a lame action film, and I was not into it at all. Like, I was not into it. Like I said, the positives I could say about this movie is the lead guy who plays Agent 47. He is good. He's actually decent. He actually was better than Timothy Olyphant, and he was actually pretty good. And he had some pretty badass moments. And another compliment I can give this film, there's a few action scenes that are done pretty well. The special effects in this movie look really bad, very cheap looking, but you know, the hand-to-hand combat scenes and a couple of the gunplay scenes, those were pretty cool. Like, some of the action scenes, like, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. For like 2 minutes, I actually forgot I was watching a shitty movie. Yeah, those were the only compliments I can give this film. The good performance by the lead guy, and a few good action scenes. Other than that, the entire supporting cast was just awful. The direction was awful. The writing was awful. The editing was just so bad. And it was very cheap looking. It felt like I was watching like a low-budget action movie. I felt like I was watching a straight-to-DVD kind of action film. And I just was not into this movie. And I didn't expect to like it. But you know what? At least I've seen worse films this year. But yeah, it's pretty bad though that the Timothy Olyphant version was better than this movie. That movie fucking sucked. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Video game movies just cannot work. They cannot make good video game movies. So yeah, I just stopped trying. I just stopped trying to have hopes for video game movies. This is yet again another video game movie that sucked. So yeah, Hitman Agent 47 is a terrible movie. Scale 1 to 10, I'll give this movie a 3 out of 10. Yep, not good, but not the worst. It's not a great movie. At all. At all. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is the worst Hitman movie out of the two? Is the Timothy Olyphant version worse, or is this one worse? Like, comment below, let me know. I think this is the worst, but what is the worst Hitman movie out of the two that came out? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.